There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
From your grave.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Solid gold.
Like solid gold.
Okay.
Cost $1 million.
Marcus, are these things on?
These things are on, although we did not get all of the Ben is a tuba talk.
Oh, no, yeah. Keep the tuba talk in there. Okay, for those that missed it before the mics were on, Henry said I was a tuba.
You are a tuba because you sound like farts, but you look like $1 million.
Look like $1 million, which seems like a very expensive tuba.
Yeah,
and if you buy a tuba for $1 million, you got ripped off.
Yeah. Some guys walking down the street being like, "Can you believe I fucking hoisted that broken tuba on that tubaless moron?" You know, and he's walking by, and then he gets hit by a truck.
Of course,
it's a bunch
naturally.
of different scenarios you can play.
Can I introduce the show, please? Okay, Marcus Parks is here. I am Ben Kissel, and we have hungover Henry Zabrowski.
Hey, you kids go play quiet in the rumpus room so Dad can sleep on the Barca lounger for a little bit, all right? Daddy's having a bit of a headache because Mama won't let him party in the house.
Isn't that sad? So, of course, he's got to drive drunk home.
Yeah, you know how it is, but I'm good driving drunk because I'm confident.
That's
I'm
right.
turning on my turn signals back and forth. You know where I'm going.
Just going straight, though, but turn on the turn signals.
Just so that they're afraid that I'd turn.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how my kids are always going to be afraid when Daddy turns.
Well, that's terrifying. All right, well, let's go on to something more terrifying than Henry Zabrowski driving drunk with a car full of children. Richard Ramirez, part 2, the heavy hitter. Marcus, where are we at? He just killed Maybell.
Yeah, he just killed Ma.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Maybell sounds like a cow.
Well, Ma Bell doesn't sound that different than a cow.
They called her Ma Bell because her name was Mabel Bell.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's really close.
Yeah.
That is very close. I understand.
It's a clever name. I like it a lot. After Ma Bell.
It's not like,
yeah.
Anyway, so let's just do a quick recap. Yeah. We have a Richard Ramirez made to kill, 5 years old, hurt his head, 2 years old, hurt his head. His cousin Mike shot his wife in front of him.
Taught him how to be a super stealth murderer.
Super stealth.
He started sleeping in cemeteries.
Father was abusive.
Off to pictures of dead women.
Yep.
And now we're here. He's popped off a couple. But once you pop, the fun don't stop.
The fun does not stop except for the people that you're killing violently.
Brutally murdering.
Right.
Yeah. The next victims were Harold and Jean Wu.
Right. No, another Asian couple.
I mean, you are making a big deal out of the different races of the victims.
I am not making a big deal out of it. I'm simply saying that it is interesting that he doesn't seem to have it's a very diverse.
He has no demographic.
He's a diverse spree of kills here.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. He's picking whoever. No, you just sounds like my mom. My mom's like, I'm not racist, but every single time she's like, "Oh, a new Applebee's is opening up. It's run by Orientals."
Well, that would make your mother racist.
What does it matter that it's run by Asian people? First of all, they're Asians. Right. Not Orientals.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
It doesn't matter. What I am just saying is your mother is racist. She was married to an NYPD officer for quite a number of years.
So what happened to the Woos?
The Woos, of course, he broke in, shot the husband in the head as he is wont to do.
His MO. Because he's not a big guy. Big guy. We were talking about this last time. He's your size. He's Marcus's size.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why when you hear his ending, they got to him, but it's like he needed to neutralize any sort of threat immediately.
Yeah. So he's a small fella. So of course, he kills the man first, the pop to the head, and this guy, was he also on the couch?
He was in the bed.
Okay,
he walked. A lot of times he would do this sometimes where he would walk into the bedroom and just stand over them, just watching them. For a long time. And then he'd pull out the gun, he'd shoot the husband in the head, and the wife would wake up, and of course he'd go to town on her, as he did with Jean Wu, put her in the thumb screws.
He loved these thumb screws.
Because we said again, it was used in military interrogation, and he learned how to torture and murder from his cousin who was a Vietnam vet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he raped the 62-year-old woman.
Oh, no, she was 62.
She was 62, yeah. A lot of I would say the majority of the victims were older.
It was a lot of elderly people because it was all about power and control. And, this is a person, it's like, I could grab my grandma by the wrists and just, break her arms. I could grab her and just clack and make her a skeleton woman.
I can see that.
Yeah, so you can't, it's just easy to hurt an old woman.
Do you think that as far as, we were talking about when we did our great episode on black serial killers, we discussed the Grim Sleeper, and of course, when a prostitute goes missing, not a lot of cops go looking, but when a black prostitute goes missing, 0 cops go looking. Do you think that it helped him as far as staying under the radar, killing elderly people,
actually,
which we throw away in American society?
And elderly people are held to be super precious. This is where
not in America, though.
No, the Night Stalker was heavily covered. Like the story was heavily covered. The whole thing, people were outraged. He had total control of the city. When the Grim Sleeper was operating, nobody knew he was operating.
Right.
As soon as he started attacking it's children and old people, the most vulnerable members of society. When you attack them, you get the whole fucking city looking for you immediately.
Yeah.
That's why he got caught.
I mean, you know what? This reminds me of something. It's the Harlem Globetrotters. When they play the Washington Generals.
Tell me.
Harlem Globetrotters know they're going to beat the Washington Generals every goddamn time because the fix is in.
It's in a script.
It's in the script. There's no way he could lose these battles. A 9-year-old, an 82-year-old, a 62-year-old.
So
he's guaranteed to win.
So you're saying Richard Ramirez is the Harlem Globetrotters
of serial killers? Yes, I am.
And that
the fix is it.
The elderly and the children that he murdered are the bumbling Washington Generals that riding the pine like worst basketball players of all time.
That's correct, Henry. That's correct.
Let the record state.
This is not on the record.
That is what Ben said.
That is not on the record. That is simply recorded in podcast history forever, but it's not on the record. All right. So anyway, he shot this guy in the head. Now he's on to his wife.
He shoots the guy in the head. He rapes him.
God damn.
That is where we're at.
What is so unsettling about your performance in these last two Richard Ramirez that there's something deeply unsettling about all this. I don't know what it is, but there's something's like making me feel kind of icky.
I look over at Kissel, and every once in a while he turns into like a macabre circus like leader with a big top hat on and a sparkly jacket. And he's like, yes.
All right.
And then how did he rape her? See, the beautiful elephant woman.
All right. Well, don't talk about my wife like that.
So he rapes her, but he leaves her alive.
Oh, because again, he's switching it up back and forth. He switches up every single crime scene's a different. It seems like he plays it out however it is he's feeling because he's such a chaotic killer. Because we talked about the two. There's two types of serial killers, chaotic and organized. He's obviously chaotic. It's about sexual rage. He goes in and he improvs, quote unquote, and then it's whatever the ending comes
just
out
yes
to be.
ands.
But there was
stuff.
no pentagrams in this murder.
No pentagrams, no.
So why did he keep her alive? Did he attempt to kill her and she just happened to live?
No, he just didn't try to kill her.
He just doesn't have to.
Yeah, he just doesn't have to.
Did he ever explain that in later interviews? Why he would keep some of these people
he just
alive?
said that he legitimately. He said it's because you don't have to.
He just
Because
didn't
he's
want
totally
to.
in control. It's like he becomes God, and then it's like what Ted Bundy said, where it's like I'm God of this universe. I'm your God right now. I
Right.
pick and choose whether you're going to live or you're going to die.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's almost like this is something
He showed
that he will
mercy.
like.
He pats himself on the back,
Right.
and then comes out and then will tear the throat and eyes out of another woman.
So
next week.
in a bizarre way, he's killed a man. He shot him in the head. He raped his wife, but he let her live. So he goes out feeling like a good person.
Like a good person.
Yeah, he's just like, I went to Catholic mass. I'm doing okay.
It's like when I don't eat all my dumplings. It's like I've got control.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's like that. It's hard to make comparisons in the episode, you know?
It is. Yeah, I mean, we're never gonna have the exact parallel situation happen in our lives. But I think the dumpling comparison, that's up there with it. Yeah.
Next victim, Ruth Wilson, 41. He breaks into her home, goes and finds her 12-year-old son, uses him as bait to have her show him exactly where all of the jewelry is, all of the
so now
valuables.
He's into thievery.
No,
which
he's
seems,
always
he
been
always
into
been.
thievery.
Oh, so he's always been stealing
It's
from
always
these
been
houses.
motivated. There was during on the Richard Ramirez Born to Kill. This great officer was kind of talking about how like burglary. There's two types of burglary too, where it's just like a lot of it's like burglary's mostly like drug motivated. It's like you need money for X, Y, and Z, not just drugs, but you're like you need money, so you break in, you take stuff, you get out. And a lot of times people are in the house. You do what you have to do. If you got to tie them up, you tie them up, and if not, you get shit and you leave. But then there's something to the sexual nature of a burglary about invasion and looking through people's stuff. It's the ultimate voyeurism. You break into their lives. You are in a house, and it becomes a sexual thrill. And that's why when we were talking last episode, is how each scenario kept building and building and building as he was expanding his fantasy.
You know, it's so interesting that you say that. It reminds me of a story from college. There was a fellow named Anthony Schofield. All the girls loved him. He was a skateboarder. He was busted with 856 pairs of panties in his grandmother's
But in the
apartment.
1950s, it was totally fine to do panty raids. People would just break into women's rooms and steal their underwear
And steal their
wear
panties,
them
yeah.
on their heads like a bunch of fucking they're in the Bilderberg group.
That's right. Which of course Alex Jones he's yelling at them.
Put his foot
There's
down.
a great video there that perhaps we can post on the page. But yeah, so he had 856 pairs of panties, and that's what people kept on saying, like, innocent fun, innocent fun.
That's not innocent fun. Just stealing somebody's panties.
And he would jack off on their pillows. But that reminded me of what you were saying there. He would go in. That is an ultimate high to be, going through somebody's dirty laundry. Anyway, I get a friend from Dave, a phone call from a friend
believe
Dave
me, the Chinese
Taylor.
people that take my laundry are hard for it.
Oh yeah, they love it.
Love it.
Oh, they can't wait to sniff
my
it.
God, they're just like, I walk in there and I'm like, it's like, are you wearing my underwear as a hat? And they're like, oh, thank you. And like,
That's
I give
nice.
them money. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens. But Dave called me, of course, and he's a great fan of the Round Table, and he's made the Round Table images.
Graphics.
graphics
He's an
artist.
incredible graphic designer.
Anthony Schofield, anyway, he got picked up on Craigslist trying to fuck a 13-year-old.
Wow.
And of course, he went on Craigslist, was like, man, seeking 13-year-old, hey, let's meet up. And then somebody was like, meet me at this gas station. That person was with the
Was
FBI.
a police officer.
Yeah, because no 13-year-old is like, yeah, disgusting old man. I'd
You
love
don't
to fuck
put
you.
it on Craigslist open out. It's like, that's ludicrous.
That's right. So this this is part of the escalation for Ramirez.
Well, now, what do you do? Because this 12-year-old, he put him in another room,
Put him
right,
in a
and
closet.
raped his mother, right?
Yeah, put him in a room,
But he
does
did nothing
this-
to the kid.
Did nothing to the kid, and he does the exact same thing with his next victim, Carol Kyle.
Did he kill the woman?
He did not kill the
So
woman.
this is so we have double rapes in a row.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, and the next one, Carol Kyle, she described him as good-looking, and said that he smelled like wet leather.
What?
This woman has strange taste in men. Can we agree with that?
Wet leather?
I never smelled wet leather. I don't want
Sounds
to.
like cowboy erotica. It's like, and then an old Jeb rolled over, smelling like wet leather and smoking papers, and he took off that big shiny belt buckle and took out that cow knuckle of his.
Oh,
and
that's
I went
great.
to town on it, and I never knew a better day of being sheriff.
Oh, that is hot erotica.
Gay sheriff porn.
I love it. Ladies just listening to it on an iPod while they ride the horse around town. Seems like Susan's coming all over the top of that horse. 50 Shades of Hot Leather.
So what's next? I had a question. What are the time periods between these incidents?
They start getting closer and closer.
Yeah, so it's about a week in between each
It's
one,
starting
right?
to get a week in between, a couple, sometime about 2 to 3 weeks in between.
And previously it was about a month span or so?
Yeah, between the first and second, it was 8 months.
It was 8
And
months.
then it's like all these guys, it just keeps.
This is a typical rage mode. He's
He's starting to slide into what we see with Dahmer, and I'll say where he becomes he's totally raging out. He's going on a fucking.
It's like, so after you break up with your girlfriend who you had for 5 years, you have sex with one girl, and then like 9 months later you have sex with another girl, but then you start to hit your stride and you fuck all the pussy.
Are you talking about yourself?
I don't know. It doesn't matter, but it seems similar.
It's at this point in which Richard Ramirez, like many other serial killers, almost gets caught, but through the bumbling of the LAPD, goes away scot-free. He was having a real bad night. First, he tries breaking into a house, but sees that the man is awake and is cleaning a gun. So he gets away from there.
Yes.
He decides he's just going to kidnap a girl out in Eagle Rock. She starts screaming. Someone calls the police. He has to run away from there. Then he runs a red light. Remember, Richard Ramirez always drove stolen cars.
Yeah.
He was a big car thief.
Yeah, he loves stealing cars. Everything, because also, like, it was a part of his evasion technique is that you never knew what car he was driving.
Yeah.
Like he drove like during this whole process, he drove like 5 or 6 different cars.
Yeah. And the cop, despite hearing just a few moments earlier the description of the suspect that had tried to kidnap the little girl, and despite the fact that Richard Ramirez was driving a stolen car, just didn't put the two events together. And in fact, the cop asked him, "Hey, you're not the guy killing people in their homes, are you?"
Oh my God!
What a funny joke.
And Richard Ramirez says, "No way, man. When you guys gonna catch that motherfucker anyway?
Yeah. God damn.
Oh, so when did that cop marry Courtney Cox? Because he sounds like David Arquette from Scream. He is a Deputy Dewey, if I've ever heard of a goddamn Deputy Dewey. Yeah, I'm sure you're not that guy that we should be looking for.
Not at all, and he's like, takes it out. He's just like, you're just gonna need to want to sign this ticket here, and he like takes a knife covered in blood and signs it like he's fucking Vincent Price.
That is funny.
Oh, that's a funny souvenir pen you got there. Where'd you get that from? Some kind of museum in a macabre? And he's like, no, I killed a woman with it.
Now, this has been one of my favorite traffic stops I've ever had.
This car's not even yours, is it? No way, no, man. It's not even remotely my car. It's like, you're hilarious. Get out of here. If I could just meet 9 of you a day, my job would be a lot easier, Mr. Your name is Mr. Kyoto? This is this ID. This is an old ID. Is this from 1965?
As the cop goes
that
back,
movie Gone in 60 Seconds would have been much better if it was based on Richard Ramirez.
I mean, it would have been a lot. It would have gotten a hard R rating.
Definitely,
that's for
double
certain.
R for Richard Ramirez.
So the cop goes back to his motorcycle to call it in. Richard Ramirez gets out of the car, and the cop doesn't notice this either, that Richard gets out, draws a pentagram on the hood of the car, and scampers off into the night.
This is a real story.
This is a real story, yeah.
And this officer, does he still work in the LAPD? Is he Christopher Dorner? I mean, who the fuck is this idiot? How do you have a job?
Can you imagine, though? But you could see how it feeds into his idea that Satan is really helping him now. Because they talk about this, it's like I bet he really has now. He believes that black magic is making him invisible.
Yeah.
Like because he keeps incorporating, because now we see more and more satanic imagery come into each one of these killings. Mm-hmm. He obviously thinks he's being protected.
What do you think about his Satanism and as far as his religion goes?
I think it's an elemental Satanism. It's a primitive Satanism. It's like, it's not like I'm going to wear pewter rings and meet girls at a party Satanism. It's like he believes that he is a demon and he is doing demons' work. It's like fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
So do you think, Richard Ramirez, we're reading the Damien Eccles book, of course, from the West Memphis 3, and, he was basically convicted because people had this insane idea of Satanism, and he wasn't even a Satanist. He just liked to research things and learn. But do you think that Richard Ramirez's version of Satanism was the one that was sort of the overall narrative that America took as far as to represent everyone who was a secular humanist? We interviewed Shane Morton, of course.
Absolutely. That was where the idea of devil worshiper came from. They say devil worshipers do this, and that. But actually, it's, Satanism is just essentially, it's a term for secular humanism or atheism. That's all it is. It's a funnier thing to do than say you're an atheist.
Right. No one likes to hear an atheist talk.
Atheists suck. It's like, but it's this is fun. This is a guy that was like, if I would like the thing that pops in my head, it's like someone like Vlad Dracul, like the guy that Dracula was based off of. Like this is a different bloodline. This is a different strain of thought. This is I'm literally doing things for what I believe is a higher. I believe I'm moving with spiritual energy doing the things that I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah, it's a witch. He's like it's old timey. It's like
so he's taking the superstitions of the culture and just like putting them into actual practice.
Yeah, because it makes it so much scarier. It's like what Batman did, dressing up like Batman. It makes you super scared. It makes you so terrifying. Much scarier to draw a pentagram on something.
And you can imagine how much scarier Batman would have been if he had Down syndrome.
See, this
imagine where's that Dark Knight
Someone
series?
shouldn't have given that retarded man that grappling hook.
Very interesting, because you only see the
fucking
mouth
smashing through hotel signs.
That would be an interesting comic. That'll have to get made. Anyway, so he drew the pentagram. The cop just drove on and went about his business harassing black kids or something.
Yep, and he returns to murder just a couple days later with Patty Higgins. He slits her throat. In another stalker attack, he goes into the house of Mary Cannon. He took the widowed grandmother. She was 75 years old. He beat her unconscious with a lamp and then stabbed her with a 10-inch butter knife.
A butter knife?
A butter knife.
That is by
fucking horrible.
definition that's not supposed to go through me.
No, it's supposed to go through soft things like butter.
How hard do you have to stab somebody to go
Real hard.
Real hard. Exceptionally hard.
Very hard. Yeah, you have
Avia
to, like,
sneakers.
really
Only
want
with
it.
your Avia sneakers can you stab a woman with a butter knife.
And speaking of Avia sneakers, one of his next victims, Joyce Nelson, he stomped her to death with his Avia sneakers. And the sneaker print that he left was one of the things that helped them connect that crime to the overall
on
Night
her
Stalker narrative.
face. The print was on her face.
The print was on her face.
You see, this is so he is getting more and more brutal. The
Yes.
timing between each one is now days, right? Like it's like days go by. It's like it's no longer weeks. He's having no cool down periods. He's just fucking barreling through.
And what
is this before? And these are also all in different neighborhoods of LA.
Yeah,
too.
one was in Arcadia, one was in Sierra Madre. All of his murders in Los Angeles happened within a 40-mile radius.
That's a pretty big radius, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's what they realized. The thing, it's like for a while, I believe one of his names also, they called him the Freeway Killer or something. It's like, because they were talking about how, like, because LA becomes this perfect place to be a fucking mass killer because you got the highway system. It's right there. And you just pop on a highway, you zip, and you're on the other side of the city. And then you go back and forth. You could be in 10 different places at once if there's no traffic.
Yeah.
And God forbid you get that 405 at 5 o'clock.
You imagine? I would love to see Richard Ramirez upset in traffic, be like, "I gotta kill that old woman, and this motherfucking traffic jam is fucking with my plans."
Yeah, this guy would have been
I knew I should have taken the 101.
God, so dumb, Richie. So dumb, Richie. Sometimes.
I feel like Richie could have been like a great poster boy for Google Maps.
Absolutely.
And their like traffic app, you know? And it's just like, I know when I gotta kill a 7-year-old in Glendale, but I gotta be back and to kill a 9-year-old over in Skid Row. I'm watching my Google Maps traffic app.
Wearing my Avia shoes. How many kills? I feel like we've burned through so many. Where are we at now? Are we at 11 or 10?
I think we're somewhere around 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 or 9 somewhere. I haven't been keeping track exactly because it does all kind of blur
because it
together.
blends together. Because then we have. Is this when he left town for the first time when he goes up to San Francisco?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, he started between June
And so,
June
I'm sorry,
27th.
just to stop you, what was the media like here at this time?
Nuts.
So they knew that he was the night. Was he?
He wasn't called the Night Stalker.
He wasn't,
yet.
okay.
No. He wasn't called the Night
So
Stalker.
he wasn't
yet.
officially branded yet.
No, well, they
but
had other
people-
names for him. They had the Walk-In Killer,
Right.
the Valley
Screen Door
Intruder,
Intruder,
the worst
Screen
name
Door
ever.
Intruder. Yeah.
Okay, so there was a lot of buzz about him right now.
Oh, yeah. People all over Los Angeles, like gun sales shot up. People had axes next to their beds.
And they were saying
had
too,
tire irons.
it was an incredibly hot summer.
Yeah.
and so
That's right.
But everyone would keep their windows shut, so all of LA was shut down for the summer. Kind of what happened during the zebra killings, where it was like everyone stopped going places. The city was fucked. People were staying inside. And guard dogs was like this crazy huge run on guard dogs being sold as well.
Which of course led to the Michael Vick dog fighting ring.
Did it?
There's a lot of pit bulls. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I mean, for all intents and purposes,
this is a long
lot
time
of pit bulls
ago.
were bought for home protection.
Yeah, but
then,
I think that they were
it was
tortured to death by football players. Like not
one
all
football
of them.
player.
No, a bunch of them. Him
Yeah.
and his boys all tortured dogs to death.
And the comedy rolls on. Okay. So everyone knows what's going on in the neighborhood, and he has a chilling effect. It's very Summer of Sam-esque. People are changing their behaviors. Okay, so continue on.
Yeah, June 27th, Patty Higgins. July 2nd, Mary Cannon. July 5th, Whitney Bennett, a 16-year-old girl. He breaks into the house. He doesn't.
This is a fucked up story.
Did you say 16?
Dude,
16.
This is set this up. And so that night is the parents were asleep. The parents were home asleep when he breaks into the house and sees her sleeping, and he wakes her up by hitting her on the head with a tire iron, and then he rapes her, and then leaves.
Now, the
And
old
your
Texas alarm clock, huh? That's when you hit somebody. That's the Texas alarm clock. It's when you hit somebody on the head with a tire iron to wake them up to milk the goddamn cows. Well, I'm not making this up. Why am I being demonized? I'm not making this up. That's a reality. That's the reality.
Sure. You can call it anything you want.
Of course. I grew up in Texas.
And
That's
you
how
understand it.
I got woken up every morning.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Your
Marcus.
dad would come in and hit you with a tire iron, rape you, leave you in a pile of blood, and then you'd go shuck the chickens and fucking feed the pigeons.
My dad used to wake me up by singing to me. Good morning. Good morning.
That's so sweet. You
That's
see,
very
the
sweet.
opposite of how she was woken up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
I'm
true
sorry.
Texas alarm clock. We're very kind people, Ben.
Well, I think that this woman got off easy compared to how you had to live. That sounds awful. Mr. Parks singing good morning with a rock hard morning bone. You never know.
Yeah, you do know.
Okay.
You do
All
know.
right. So he hit a chick in the head with a tire iron.
She had to get 478 stitches
Holy
to lock up the lacerations.
Yeah, yeah. And she didn't remember any of those cheerleading formations anymore either.
It's very difficult.
No.
But so he killed the first two before that you mentioned that you just burned through. He killed them, right?
Yeah, he killed Patty Higgins,
And how
Harry
did he-
Cannon, Whitney Bennett. He did not kill.
So he killed these two gals and then he went to rape another one, but he did not kill her.
No, he didn't kill her. That was
he just attacked her while her parents were asleep in the other room.
And then she was able to give. I mean, so she knew what he looked like. Again, going back to your previous statement on the first episode about it, if he would have just worn a mask, he would have gotten away with it for years.
Yeah, he really would have. I mean,
And what,
there was
what kind of ego does that have? What kind of ego do you have
just
to have?
didn't care.
He just didn't care.
Just
because
didn't care.
That's why I really believe he believed he was fueled by satanic magic. I think this is the real. We were talking about this like
He felt like
the
he
fucked
was
up
like
thing.
Frodo putting the ring on in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He felt invisible like that.
We were talking about like how there's another bad analogy. How like BTK was like a dude. It's like BTK was like a corporate serial killer. Like he did everything right.
Yes, he
and
did.
he did the thing to make everybody scared. But he kind of never really had that. He was always kind of fake. He was doing it a little too on purpose. He was trying too hard.
He was punny,
Richard
like,
Ramirez is like Zeppelin. Like he's like the real deal. Like you show up and you see it's like
He's the difference between Bill Hicks and Dennis Leary.
Yes.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
You know, Too Cool for Cancer, whatever that fucking bullshit special was just a ripoff of Bill Hicks' legitimate
Richard
death from
Ramirez
cancer.
was fucking evil incarnate.
Yeah.
Like he was an unstoppable force for a while, and he is a fucking monster. And he got to die of natural causes in jail.
54 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
He
right.
did.
So-
Lymphoma.
Fucking
and it takes him all. I was actually just at the bar here at the Creek in the Cave discussing how he needs to be the spokesperson for cancer research.
Yeah,
We gotta stamp out lymphoma. Just have a picture of Ramirez and you just see the profits plummet. No one cares anymore because apparently cancer kills some people that need to die.
Yeah.
Which is
He was
something
never
not a
going to
lot.
die. He was always going to die. in
Yeah,
prison.
absolutely.
We'll get to his appeals process
Yes.
later. But his next break-in is one of his most brutal. This one is
Okay.
fucking awful. It's this Vietnamese couple, Chainarong Covenant and Somkin Covenant.
All
These
right.
are hard names.
No, but I think Marcus nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
that was good.
Covenant.
I feel like you could say anything, and I have to say yes because I don't understand. I don't understand how they pronounce their names.
Yeah.
So he killed the husband right off.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, he used a 25 caliber handgun. He used 4 different kinds of handguns during all this. 25
I mean, he
caliber, a
used
22.
everything.
Yeah.
When he killed those girls that you just sort of brushed over, did he shoot them with a gun as
I
well?
believe he stabbed one and shot the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was mixing it up constantly.
All over the place. So he shoots the husband, he takes the wife, he rapes her, he finds the couple's 8-year-old son and rapes him with
he
a
rapes
bottle of baby oil.
Yeah.
Whoa, what
he's-
happened now?
This is also
Here we
this
go.
is the killing where this was the
whoa, what happened?
No, but I mean, he's never done anything with a child, especially of a
Yes, he
boy.
has.
I mean,
Technically
the
did.
girl,
No,
the 9-year-old girl.
oh,
Yes,
yeah, 9-year-old,
but I mean,
yeah.
this is a 8-year-old boy. I mean, it
it's
does
not about. It's about how evil you can be.
Yeah.
Because this was the one where he made her scream "Hail Satan."
Well, the one before this, actually, Sophie Dickman, that was the first one, at least that we know of, that he
Yeah.
started saying, swear to Satan, swear to
Yeah,
Satan.
like
Okay.
tying him up and being like, "Say Hail Satan or I'll kill you." Hail Satan.
I mean,
You're
either
a
way, I'm gonna
whore for
kill you.
Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while he raped the kid with the baby oil.
I'm sure he's fine now.
Oh, he loves
Yeah,
it. I mean,
yeah,
hates
I'm
baby
sure he-
oil. Hates baby oil.
Yeah,
But-
and so this is what the wife said that Richard Ramirez said.
Can't even walk through the bathroom aisle of the CVS.
Any sort of oil related things. You know, that's just a
Can't
tragedy.
get a massage.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway,
Here's the dialogue from this is from the witness statement from the wife. And where's the money? No money, I swear to God. No, swear to Satan. And then he raped her again and left.
Yeah.
She said, this is her statement about Richard Ramirez. This is fucking chilling. She said, He is dangerous beyond words. So brutal, so mean, so cruel. His eyes were like an animal's, not human.
Did she mention his hair? That's, wonderful
Beautiful hair though.
Yeah.
But she had to, because this is the first time that they really start putting together a composite of Richard Ramirez.
And how is it taking this long?
I
feel
don't
like
know.
he is
Because you're
doing-
saying this is because the different counties don't talk, they don't
That's right.
communicate.
Yeah.
So like they're letting the crime is spreading everywhere, and everyone's claiming each section of the killers to themselves and be
Right.
like, "This is our Night Stalker murder. That's yours." And it's like eventually like. They
It's
have
just
to
so
be
funny.
like,
It's
well,
almost
fuck
like
it.
putting together Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
They're like, I got the leg piece and you got the arm piece,
Yeah.
but like no one gets together and actually makes the beast.
Well, there was one guy who tried to bring it all together, and in fact, this is the same guy that caught Gary Ridgway, and the reason why Gary Ridgway was able to operate for so long was because of that exact same
shit.
LAPD not being able to work together.
What a corrupt bunch of motherfuckers.
It's so ridiculously
LAPD
dumb.
is just filled with the worst. Like when Dorner popped off, I read his manifesto and I was like, I kind of get why you're fucking mad, dude. Like, I understand.
For those that don't know, Christopher Dorno, it was, what was that, about a year and a half ago?
Yeah, we
Maybe
covered it
less.
in the last podcast. Yeah.
And Google that story, Christopher Dorner, very interesting. So the LAPD is just messing up and completely validating Ramirez's belief that he's above the law and can get away with anything.
That is until Frank Salerno comes
This
along.
guy's a fucking hero.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is like this guy is like the real
Super
deal.
cop.
Super cop. He tirelessly works. There's a story we'll get to when we like one of these later murders that just shows it's like these crimes were always on his mind. He did everything in his power, and when you watch interviews with him, he took it so fucking personally. Like even just him talking about being with his daughter would like look at him and be like, Daddy, when you gonna catch the bad man? And it's like, and as he was like talking about that, like tears are streaming down his face
Yeah.
because he's just the real deal.
Is it on par with the detective from the Jeffrey Dahmer files? Is it on par with
That guy
man?
was more of he got the case flopped on his lap.
Yeah.
Right.
This was a guy who had to go and pick up all the different strands and tie them all together.
And so
the
Frank
Dahmer
was-
was just the fucking septic tank ran out, and they were like, "Oh my god, this thing is in the water," like and then someone calls the police, and then all of a sudden you're the guy who cracked the Jeffrey Dahmer case because you have to go like sweep up humans' fingers for fucking 5 days.
It turns out the pervert did it.
They said he seemed pretty nice when we got him in the office there, but he had some fingernails stuck in his mustache here.
Yeah, wouldn't you believe it? And if you're a cop or if you're a detective out there, just a little quick piece of advice. It's always the white guy in the all-black apartment building. It just always is. There's no doubt about it. That white guy is hiding from something.
Yeah.
So yes, Frank Salerno, we'll get more into his involvement as we go on.
Yes.
But he is an absolute super cop. He's the guy that first starts putting together the footprints. He starts putting together the pentagram stuff. He goes to certain cult halls in Los Angeles and does, in fact, find the same footprint in one of the cult halls is what they
Is
call
it like
them.
a Skid Row type
Yeah,
thing?
kind of. One of them was in East L.A.
But you
so
said he
they-
started putting it together and like being like they had a vague description of him, and then he'd start
Yeah.
going down to Skid Row and asking people because Richard Ramirez was such a drug addict.
Yeah.
All the addicts knew him, and they're all like, "Oh, you mean the really scary dude with the piercing black eyes who barely says anything, and he's being wickedly addicted to cocaine? Oh,
That's
you
the
mean
one.
Richie?"
Richie, yeah.
the next murder is
So this detective Frank, so he got a name at this point.
what?
Not yet,
Richard
not yet,
Ramirez?
yeah.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
But no, he's just started putting the people had said they'd seen this dude.
Right.
They kind of knew who the dude was. They knew who they were looking for. They were looking for a rangy dude with
Kinda,
long black
sorta.
hair, like Spanish guy. They knew that they were kind of looking for that, but that's half of L.A.
Yeah, I mean, you just described Antonio Banderas, a very attractive man.
The next murders, this would be Max and Leela Needing. He switches it up again. He brings his own machete this time.
BYOM, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. It's at this point, it's like he's slowly turning into the guy who brings his own pool cue to the billiards place.
By the way, there is nothing sadder than watching somebody think he's being super cool by bringing his own billiard pool to his own stick.
Anybody down for a game of round table ball? That's what I call pool.
Yeah, I'm not going to play with you because you're taking this very seriously. I'm drunk off my ass, because I'm here to watch football.
Anybody want to play some pinochle? You are hammered, and you've somehow screwed that in backwards.
So he brings a machete to this kneading house.
Hacks these people up in their beds, then just shoots them both in the head and leaves.
Okay, so
Just straight, just murder.
and no sexual assault in this
Yeah,
one.
no sexual assault. He just cuts him up, shoots him in the head, robs the house, and then goes back and cuts him up some more.
Is the only theme here robbery?
That's
Does
the
he
only. It's always breaking and entering.
It's always breaking and entering, but is it always robbery as well?
Not
Yes.
always.
I mean, he's taking something.
Yeah, he does take. Well, one of the people that eventually, when they were closing the net in on him, they talked to his fence, and they were able to match a lot of the stolen objects that Richard Ramirez had sold to this guy with the missing objects from the people's houses.
Yeah, because he's still got to pay his rent. He's still got to pay his utilities, and he's
Sure.
still probably renting movies and doing stuff every once
Yeah.
in a while. You know, you got to have some fucking pocket cash.
It must be weird for a landlord to get paid in blood-covered diamonds or
Yeah,
like blood-covered
yeah,
necklaces and shit like that, you know?
Just a woman's scalp.
Yeah, that's...
Is this money? No, Ricky, no, Ricky. You need the money. Everyone's so scared of him, you know?
Next up, these are the only people that were able to fight back and succeed. Chris and Virginia Peterson, 36 and 27. Really,
these
the
are
only
Young
time-
because they're young.
Yeah, because they're young.
Yeah.
He shoots both of them. He shoots the woman in the face. He shoots the guy in the temple. They were still able to fight him off, and he got the fuck out of there. As
were
soon as
talking
they
about-
started fighting
And did they
back,
live?
They both lived, yeah.
We were talking
and they
about,
were able to give like a very good description of him. So the description is getting more, and the composite sketch is getting more and more detailed.
I just feel like, why isn't this, like, cut and dry overnight you catch this dude?
Because
they didn't know who he was.
Los Angeles.
Everyone is giving the same description. Beautiful hair,
Ben,
Hispanic man with terrible breath.
Los Angeles is massive. It is
Yeah.
a massive, spread out city. There's so many people. It's like, honestly, it's like New York. As soon as, like, my dad, they talk about it in the show 48 Hours, where it's
Yeah.
just like, especially in a place like New York, like, in the suburbs, in the country, like, someone will be like, yeah, I saw him over there. Like, someone will, like, they know when, like, if there's sparse people, you can, like, go someplace. You're noticeable when you're traveling. In New York City, you just get on the subway.
Unless you're
literally
6'7"
get onto the
with
subway
red
and
hair,
yeah.
Like myself, yeah.
Yeah, which is why you'd have to dress up like a fucking leprechaun in order to be the Leprechaun Massacre Man.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
amazing. The Leprechaun Massacre Man. Yeah, so he just blended in with society in LA. Okay.
Yeah. The next one up, Elias Abawath. He, of course, made her swear to Satan throughout the entire rape. Swear to Satan, swear to Satan. This is the first time after this one he is finally dubbed the Night Stalker.
Yeah, and it's like, and I feel like that's what he, you know, it's that fucked up thing of like when Peyton finally got the ring.
Peyton
like he's
Manning.
finally got like
Yeah.
that fucking, like, you know, you got the validation that he wanted.
Validates his legacy. So now he has everything he's ever wanted. He's gone on
which
every
is
crime
also
spree he's
probably
wanted
why
to do.
he knows it's just a matter of time before he's caught. All these guys know it's just a matter of time before they're caught.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean,
just
it seems
play it
to
out.
me like he is living in a complete fantasy world where he assumes that he will never be caught.
I mean, he hopes probably because he's having too much fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a great time. You know, I mean, he does seem to be legitimately having a good time. Dahmer did not have a good
No,
time.
Dahmer was tortured.
Gary Ridgway, going back to the Green River Killer, who has. I mean, I would suggest him for the next big hitter.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I don't think that he had a wonderful time. I don't think BTK had a great time.
No, BTK actually did have a good time.
Yeah.
But
He was being
just,
punny, but he
was
also
just
lived
too
a
much of a
normal, mundane-
dickhead to have a good time.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
he couldn't enjoy himself even when he was doing what he loved.
That's sad. Isn't that? You know, if you can't enjoy doing what you love, even if doing what you
How will you
love
ever
is
be
breaking into
happy,
the Otero
you know?
house and killing a family, then
Coming all over the daughter. If you can't enjoy yourself,
it ain't
living
right.
your life like you want to live it. I mean, I don't know. You know, I feel bad for those people.
I'll tell you, you know,
I feel bad for them.
I used to think this was a horror comedy podcast, but now I know it's an inspirational podcast, and that's what's so important. If you
Do
can't,
you, man?
Do you.
YOLO.
yeah, well, yeah, or Yoko, you only kill once, something like that, or 13, 14, 16, 17 times.
It's at this point when he's given the name Night Stalker.
He's happy.
Salerno calls a press conference and really says, like, all right, there's this guy. He's killed 10 people. No, he's killed 12 people at this point, 11 or 12. We can link all these murders to him. Lock your fucking doors. Buy a weapon.
That's when
Yeah.
Frank Stallone finally came out and he like put it basically because that's what you have to finally do at this point. they know that there's a killer problem and there's a thing coming on, but I know there was definitely talk of that maybe it was a group of people, because what Frank Salerno was saying, the big thing is that everyone was fighting him, being like, there's no way this is one dude.
Yeah.
Everyone, all the police officers
They
were
would laugh
convinced-
at him.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. He's doing everything a little bit different
he's
each
crazy,
time.
and he's also flagrant and crazy and brazen. He's nuts, and so it's so finally he was like, no, it's one guy. We're gonna find the one dude, and he put all the evidence together, and then that press conference is terrifying.
Was this before or after Manson? Was Manson before?
This was way after
Manson, right? So we're talking late 70s, 80s here,
This
right?
was 25 years. This is
1985.
85. Okay, so maybe that played into the notion that it must have been multiple people, a cult like situation.
The satanic imagery, all the pentagrams, does point to some sort of cult involvement.
They think.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was trying anything. But at this point, they put out a whole shitload. Every single wall in Los Angeles was covered with
This description,
this sketch of
And
Richard
how
Ramirez.
accurate was this sketch? Because I'll tell you,
pretty
sometimes
accurate.
you see. Remember, there was a situation here in New York City where there was a man going around killing people in the delis, and remember they dubbed him the duffel bag killer.
Yeah,
and
John
Doe duffel bag.
John Doe duffel bag, and the sketch they had of him looked like Jay-Z. And the man was an Italian with a mustache and a huge nose with a receding hairline.
Well, no one wants to believe that Mario is going to be committing these horrible crimes.
Exactly. I mean, was the sketch mildly accurate at least?
If we're going to post this up on the page, apparently Lou Reed killed.
He looks exactly like Lou Reed. Somebody was just listening to a Lou Reed album.
But actually, that kind of work, because it's the eyes. It's the penetrating eyes, his fucking wavy, beautiful hair.
It's not as bad as the Joe Duffelbag character.
It's not as bad, but that's the and he's much older in the picture than Richard Ramirez actually was. Richard Ramirez was 25 when all this was going on.
Oh man, what have I done with my life, huh? 32 years old.
We haven't murdered anybody, so
let's call that a plus.
Oh, that's good.
That's a positive. That's something you can put in your win column.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome,
I really
Ben.
appreciate that. Rarely
never succumbed to my demons.
All right, so Night Stalker is bored. Night Stalker is out there.
Night Stalker is out there, and since L.A. is in such a panic, he has to leave town. Because he's not going to stop killing, but he is smart enough to know that he can't do it in Los Angeles anymore.
Sure.
He drives up to San Francisco.
Get that Frisco Bay, baby. You got to go there, and the girls, it's a beautiful town. Go down to Haight-Ashbury, man. Drop some acid. Learn about yourself.
Look at the walruses. There's a lot of walruses there.
And
Seals.
What?
They're seals.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
Yeah, great. Yeah, the seals are awesome. They hang out around Alcatraz. You ever been to San Francisco?
Alcatraz? See,
prison.
if I was a prisoner, I'd be like, we got to start riding some of these seals. Hey, you
And that
guys,
was
look
Henry
right
the-
out their window. They got horses out in the ocean right there when we need them. All we got to do is stab a pencil in their neck, and we hold it like it's two holsters.
That's a good idea.
I'll get us out of Alcatraz.
And that was the most
me then just like
retarded prisoner.
floating dead and
Yeah.
fucking being played with my dead body tossed back and forth by seals.
I do like the imagery. I do like that.
He killed Peter Pan.
Okay, well, explain that. Richard Ramirez killed Peter Pan.
He killed a 66
In San Francisco.
He killed a 66-year-old Asian man named Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah. You see, the problem is that no one was there to clap and like bring him back to life.
Yeah.
know?
Pixie dust and things like that
That's a
probably
rough
would have
name.
helped him.
If a kid's last name's Pan, why call him Peter Pan?
I mean,
Why call him? It's like someone called like someone being like the last name like McDonald. And then we were
Ronald.
like, you want to be like, oh, we should name him after our Joseph, our grandfather, but we got to name him Ronald. Fuck this kid.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald. No one's going to make fun of him.
Yeah, this kid's done. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Already, you don't have to worry about this kid.
During my research, I found this great article that was written in like such cheesy true crime style. And there's this one excerpt that I'd like to read from it right now describing the Peter Pan murder.
Yes,
Fantastic.
please.
Of course, Satan was guiding his every move. He knew that. Why fret about getting caught? All these homes. And yet not once had the resident heard him entering. The devil silenced their ears while they slept. And he, Richard Ramirez, then took it a step further. He silenced them forever. More blood to feed hell, to keep its furnaces burning. Inside the house, Ramirez looked at his watch. Midnight. A good time to kill.
This is the Motley Crue plot.
Yeah, this is the thing. When do they rape the groupies?
He checked his weapon once more. Yes, cylinder loaded. These homes were all laid up pretty much the same. He knew where the bedrooms were by instinct. Without pause, he walked to where the couple slept, found them snoring, and pulled the trigger. He loved the way their bodies jerked upon impact. His senses tingled, watching them rattle in death, hearing their throats beg for air, watching as their pillows darkened with life's liquid underneath what was left of their skull.
See, we were talking about with our friend of the show, Nicolette. She was talking about how, like, wouldn't you just wake up and run screaming out of the bed as soon as your boyfriend got shot in the head?
Yeah, you got to think that would be a real eye-opener there. Something that would get you out. This guy jacked off to that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
he
that's a
loves
penthouse
getting to
forum,
write this.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This
that
guy
is-
really enjoyed writing this Richard Ramirez article. It was very long.
It's not true. He
No, I mean,
wasn't like,
he
no,
took
it's
a
just
lot of
about
poetic
watching, it's
license with
midnight.
this.
And, now it's time to go. He wasn't having tea at 3 p.m. every goddamn
a good
day.
time to kill.
I suppose midnight
It
is
is.
it is a fine
It
time.
is a
It's
good
a fine
time to
time
go
to
and
smoke
murder.
a joint and watch a movie.
Yeah, I love that.
That's my
Time
favorite
at
thing to
midnight.
do at midnight.
Yeah.
Yep. Richard Ramirez after.
So, but this is the kind of press. And did that come out during? Well, Richard was still on his killing spree.
What do you mean?
That piece of that article.
No, this is written by some jack off on the internet.
Yeah,
Day
yeah,
later.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I got him like Wave Rider 9499. Yeah.
But I would assume it was a similar sort of sentiment that these people were writing as far as like in the newspapers and things like that. They must have been coming up with these really grandiose ideas of what the Night Stalker was doing.
Of
And I'm
course.
sure that he loved every goddamn
yeah, it was
second of
mostly
that.
probably just watching Price is Right and eating fucking Hot Pockets.
Yeah, because he's just a drooling dipshit in avias
Yeah, he's
going
a
into
total-
a house with a machete.
He's a total piece of shit. Like you would be the worst employee at the Burger King if he wasn't Richard
absolutely.
Ramirez. Yeah.
Yeah. All the burgers got bites taken out of them.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'm a vampire.
You are fired. You are fired, Richard.
Oh, God, I wanted to be fired anyway.
Well,
See you soon. When I come back and murder you.
do you guys think he was serious about?
Nah. Richie! Richie!
All right, so things are really heating up for the Night Stalker.
Yep. He draws a pentagram on Peter Pan's wall and writes the words "Jack the Knife."
I mean, that's just him just reaching for shit.
Now that's a Judas Priest lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He's having fun.
The
Yeah.
1980, he took Judas Priest lyrics
Judas Priest
to
was the
heart,
most
AC/DC to
hardcore-
heart.
This
I
is
love
the-
Judas Priest.
But at this point in time, you forget, now we look at Judas Priest as a bunch of gay clowns. Back in the day.
I saw them live at the Masters of Metal in New Jersey, and they weren't clowning around, Henry.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Very serious.
Back in the day, Judas Priest was like the hardest
They were.
band around. It's like Judas Priest and AC/DC were fucking the devil's music.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah,
would
that was
just-
when it was good. When you can wear a leather cap, but no one said you were gay. They said that you were tough.
You were tough. That was. You remember that?
You can wear
The
a
80s.
leather ascot and like in tiny go-go boy shorts and big long boots, and everyone be like, "Look at that tough dude."
Yeah. Nowadays, they're like, go back to Soho.
Well, Richard returns to Los Angeles after this, and despite his face being everywhere, and in fact possibly bolstered by it, he goes for what is his last rape and murder. Bill Carnes and the woman in this particular murder rape. I found 3 different names for her. Her name is either Carol Smith, Inez Erickson, or Renata Gunther.
Well, it's Gunther.
Gunther.
It's Renata Gunther.
No, but this.
He's definitely bolstered by what's going on in the media because he breaks into these people's house. They're engaged to be married, by the way. He shoots Carnes 3 times in the head, turns himself over to the woman, and he says, "You know who I am, don't you? I'm the one they're writing about in the newspapers and on the TV."
I'm the
Oh,
screen
yeah, 'cause
door
he loves
intruder.
it. Yeah.
And he forces her. He says, "I love Satan." Say, "I love Satan." Beats the fucking shit out of her, ties her up with neckties, and then sodomizes her while making her say, "I love Satan" over and over and over.
Well, we've all done that.
And then at the end of it, and then
God damn. We've all done it?
We've all done it.
You've done it?
Marcus has done it.
I've sodomized a woman. But
There we go. Halfway there.
I hate the term sodomize.
Yeah,
Well,
I
this
know.
is
It
interesting.
makes it sound like I did
A
something
horrible crime.
really like a horrible
Like you're Richard
thing.
Ramirez.
No, I have sodomized a few women.
The only,
and
of course.
that makes me sound like I'm a horrible person.
You're not a horrible person.
It was all consensual.
Yeah.
Well, they loved every second of it. I'm sure you're a very attractive. You're a very attractive lover to these gals.
Very gentle, Ben.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's been in a loving relationship for a number of years now.
That's what some would say.
It takes love.
That's good, but it is funny. Marcus and I were talking. If you look at the rap sheet, it's rape, and then it's like sodomy, oral copulation, and murder. And sodomy and oral copulation should not be illegal.
No, those are not crimes.
It's
Those
the
are
rape and the
activities.
murder. Yeah, exactly. So it is kind of bizarre that I would say that you can make an argument that 2 out of those 4 crimes that he supposedly committed, he should have
they're
been
not
charged
proof.
with.
So this happened. He got away with this. What was the buildup that they got? Did they identify
This
him?
right here.
Did he kill this woman?
He
Yes.
did not kill her.
Oh, okay.
No, he didn't. She just killed the man. He as he was walking out of the house, he found $400 and he says, "You know, this is all that saved you. This is all your life is worth." He said, "I
So-
would have killed you if you didn't have the money." And then he says, "Tell him the Night Stalker was here." And she said, "I will." He said, "Say I love Satan." And she said, "I love Satan."
Like
And he-
it's Cheers.
Yeah, just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. What
Say
is
it-
happening?
"Say you love Satan," and then laughs and then leaves.
So at this
Well, see you around. It's been fun.
it's interesting that he didn't kill this woman. Again, going back, almost harking back to Zodiac, where he went on that huge dry spell for so long because the media was there just like talking about who he was.
No,
and-
he loved it. He was building. He loved it.
I know. But the Zodiac, I don't think he had to go and kill so much because he was getting the satisfaction from the media. He was getting all the fame, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that Ramirez at this time was almost content with his position in serial killer lore?
Maybe.
I mean, he did take a vacation right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really it's interesting, and of course his story lived on.
Yeah. Well, what happened as far as him getting recognized is that the neighbors heard the screams. In particular, one 13-year-old boy named James Romero III.
Oh.
He noticed an orange station wagon pulling away, an orange Toyota station wagon, which Richard Ramirez had
That was his
stolen.
current vehicle.
Yeah, it was his
Yeah.
current vehicle. And the kid had the wherewithal to write down the license plate
Wow.
number. And of course, the woman survived. And I take it back. The man survived too. He got shot 3 times in the face. You got to remember, Richard Ramirez is using real pussy guns here.
Yeah.
A
He's
22? I thought
he's
a
using
22 was a good.
No, it's not.
No. 22 is a real piece of shit gun. Small bullet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It doesn't have much stopping power. He's shot multiple people in the face, and they have survived.
And they survived.
Yeah.
But then again, it's just not about that, really.
Yeah.
It's about the other thing. It's about the conquering and then leaving.
That's
Yeah.
right. And a good chef doesn't blame his knife, or a bad chef. It's like you can't blame your
I mean,
knife.
he'd be bad if you got a bad knife.
Well,
But,
nobody,
you know,
he can
he's
still be
that-
a
but
good
this is
chef.
That's chefs and serial killers. It's different.
Well, I mean,
It's
we're talking
still
about butchering.
different, Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I mean, no, a good carpenter doesn't blame his
Tools.
Tools, yeah.
And after this murder is when Richard Ramirez goes out of town. He goes to visit his brother out in Arizona. But while he's gone, the net just fucking comes down on him completely.
Yeah, because then they get because then they pulled a print.
Yeah, they found the car. He had immediately abandoned the car, and they pulled a print from the car, and they were able to match that to the testimony from a middle-aged woman named Donna Myers. She owned a rundown little hotel down in...
where he had been staying in Skid Row. Yeah,
Yeah,
You make
in
it sound like
Skid
a
Row.
prostitute den the way you said hotel there.
it was a prostitute tent.
Oh, it was?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he constantly talked to her about Satanism and the black arts and all kinds of shit. And in fact, one time she was watching the TV and there was a report about the Night Stalker out, and he walked up behind her and said, "Now, wouldn't you be surprised if I turned out to be the stalker?"
Oh, he's just having fun now.
And she was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, actually, you're like my top 2 people. I think it is.
Yep. I was wishing it was my husband so I could fucking turn him in, get
Yeah.
rid of him. But
So they start, she calls them about that, says his name was Richard. The fingerprints starting to come in. And then once they get, because of course he's been arrested multiple times, as soon as the fingerprint comes back, boom, it's Richard Ramirez, drifter out of Texas. His fucking face is absolutely everywhere. And he has no idea because he's still out in Arizona.
And this is before
He went
Facebook.
he like literally went to go hang out, and then he came back from vacation and be like, all right. back to work, cleared my head.
Yeah.
And then, are we ready to get into the final story?
Oh, yeah.
It's so fucking awesome. He walked into, so apparently he got back in LA. He's back from vacation. You know how it is when you're back to the grind. It's kind of upsetting.
It's stressful. It's kind of sad.
He goes in, and
He
they were
was probably
talking
like, I enjoyed vacation, but I'm almost tired from vacation. I need a vacation from
my
vacation. Yeah, of
and so
course.
he went to a store and he was like, apparently he's like walking on the street. He's like, people were staring at me as I was walking down the street, and people were staring at me. And he was like, why are people looking at me? And then he walked into the store, he gets something, and he looks at the newspaper, and the newspaper has got a full color photo of him right on the fucking cover. And then he looks, and then people start going, El Matador, El Matador, El Matador, which means the killer.
Okay.
And he sees it, and he fucking takes off. And what's really interesting is that the woman that when we brought up in the first episode was talking about how, like, when Ricky used to poke her in the back in the pencil.
That's right.
She was like talking about how they used to play kick the can together, and like Richie was always the fastest runner in the neighborhood. And so there's this weird parallel to when he was this kid, where he was this bright, sprightly, like sports playing kid. He takes off through the neighborhood, and then the police lines start blowing up. There's a dude running through my backyard. There's a dude, like, he's hopping fences. He's running through the neighborhood. People are chasing him down the street. And basically, he gets beaten by a mob. A mob chases him through Los Angeles, and they beat the shit out of him. One had a flagpole. Someone took a flagpole from off an American flag and beat him. He was covered in blood, and basically two dudes fucking stood on him. And they were like, and called the cops, and they fucking came and got him. It was like Frankenstein.
It really is. Yeah, it was a pitchfork type situation.
They had to, though. But this is what we were saying, where it's like L.A. worked together and got him. The neighborhoods got him.
What a bizarre feeling.
It was like the end of Machete.
Yes. Great movie starring Danny Trejo.
It's a wonderful movie. When he was arrested, he told a cop, I want the electric chair. They should have shot me on the street. I did it, You guys got me, the Night Stalker. Hey, let me have a gun to play Russian roulette. I'd rather die than spend the rest of my life in prison.
Yep, absolutely. So, and then he went to jail, and then began his super sensational trial.
It caused the trial lasted 4 years. It cost the state over $2 million in legal costs.
Why did it last so long?
Because the defense attorneys kept giving him the runaround. First of all, he had half a dozen attorneys. He kept firing attorneys and bringing them in. They kept trying to find every single loophole in the system.
But he would have the pentagrams drawn in his hands and doing the thing, and he was doing he was just doing like off the cuff interviews with people talking about Satan.
Yeah, and he kept yelling "Hail Satan" in the middle of the trials. They interviewed 3,000 potential jurors to finally get down to 12.
Like
because
someone
everybody.
how do you do it?
Yeah. How do you do it? It ended up being 6 Hispanic, 6 black jurors that were on the trial for Richard Ramirez. There was one juror. This is kind of a funny story. There was one juror.
Well, there's just one of many. This is it's a laugh a second.
One juror, there was this rumor that Richard Ramirez was trying to smuggle a gun in. Someone was going to give him a gun.
Because he wanted to shoot the prosecuting attorney.
Yeah, he wanted to shoot the prosecuting attorney.
He did?
Yeah, it's
Richie
weird.
wanted to shoot the prosecuting attorney. I can't believe it.
There was this big rumor, and one day, one of the jurors didn't show up. They went over to her house, and she was shot dead.
Yeah, she was shot dead. So everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's like broke out of jail, he's gonna do it." But then it turns out she was shot dead for a domestic dispute.
Yeah, her husband shot her.
Yeah. Okay, but let me just say that Marcus did preface this with this is a funny story.
Yes, you did.
But then it did end up with another woman dead.
I didn't say. I didn't mean ha funny. I meant funny old world.
Weird.
Isn't it?
Don't you think it's like this the song ironic?
Are we going to be allowed to be around our grandkids? Is that? I'm concerned.
There were over 100 witnesses in the trial. So many eyewitnesses, people that saw him here, people that saw him there, everywhere. Here's the impact they said the media had on Richard. This is from a book by Philip Carlo.
And this is to me, it's really fascinating.
Yeah, it says, for the first time, he realized that to people like him, people of the night, he was a hero. He was somebody. He liked that. For his whole life, he'd been a tall, lanky nobody, just another angry-eyed, hungry face in a hungry crowd. But now people stopped. People paid attention, stared, and pointed. He figured no matter what he did, they were going to convict him and kill him, so he decided to take control.
But we talk about this all the time with serial killers. In America, we have this weird sort of, like, they really really believe that there's like a personal timeline that you reach this point in your life, you should have a family, you should have XYZ, you should have a job, you should have this level of success. We now are in this place now where, especially in these times, and like in 2014, that people want that validation from people they don't know. They want to be famous.
Yes.
Everybody wants it. And this is just a perfect example of just somebody who, like, he was a misfit. He wasn't all these guys. Every serial killer, they're always like, they're not good at anything. They can't make personal relationships. They're monsters. They don't know what to do. They can't make their way in America, so they're like, well, you know what, I can be a fucking super killer.
I'll get my face on the cover of the whatever LA Times, any which way possible.
And
I
a big scary, and then I go from a frail little piece of shit kid to the scariest motherfucker in LA.
I'll get on MTV. I can't sing. Well, I'll get impregnated because I'm 15 and a half.
And then I'll be on VH1.
Yeah, it is a very similar thing, and that's a good point, and it's really fascinating. You wonder if there was the reality show outlet for Richard Ramirez.
Oh my God.
Would he just be the next or the latest pickup artist?
Yeah.
Would
like
he
Bachelor,
have like
but with the Night Stalker, and it's him in a concrete cube?
Would he be Chris Angel?
He like gives the rose through the cube, like the cube bars.
Yeah.
And then they come in and he's like grabbing at their hands whenever they get close to him, and then they pull away and be like, I understand, Richie. Nobody else does. I can't wait to get some one-on-one time with him.
He definitely.
Oh my God, he ate my breasts.
Oh wow! And what a good meal they were. It is weird. It is the time. You could argue that he did do exactly what society sort of wanted him to do.
I mean,
after they start feeding the dialogue, after they start making the storyline, he did just fill an outline.
That was the argument he made to himself. Was that's how you validate it? Be like, they wanted this out of me.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear what he has. Let's hear what he has to say about exactly that.
People in this day and age are brainwashed and programmed like a computer at being nothing more than puppets. This nation, this country is founded in violence. Violent delights tend to have violent ends. Madness is something rare in individuals, but in groups, people, and ages, it is a rule. Killing is killing, whether done for duty, profit, or fun. Men murdered themselves into this democracy.
You're good at reading your script, Richard, but you're not much at answering my direct questions. A lot was made that you're a devil worshiper. Do you worship the devil? Have you ever studied Satanism?
There are different sects of Satanism.
Have you just yes or no? Have you studied Satanism?
Yes, I have.
Are you a worshiper of the devil?
No comment.
Come on, Richard.
I can tell you a little bit about Satanism.
Well, I'm interested in hearing what you got to say then.
It is undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. It is power without charity. A Satanist admits to being evil.
Do you admit to being evil, Richard?
We are all evil in some form or another. Are we not?
I'm asking you the questions, my friend.
And he's kind of hot. You know, as we were talking about, he's kind of dreamy. Yeah.
Yes, I am evil. Not 100%, but I am evil. Evil has always existed. The perfect world most people seek shall never come to pass. And it's going to get worse. The great epochs of our life is when we gain the courage to rebaptize our evil qualities as being our best qualities.
He kind of sounds like the Native American from Wayne's World 2.
He does. He really does. That's great.
Yeah, no, but he did it. He lived for something technically bigger than himself. What he said, he said that was a part of that was how he validated it as well. And then he went on to get married in jail. He got married in jail to a woman.
Yeah, I had a great time during the trial. He laughed his way through the entire thing.
Absolutely.
When a woman was describing being raped next to her dead husband's body, he cackled.
Right.
Like as loud as he possibly could.
And now he's also playing the part of the black hat. You know what I mean? That's
I think that he did think it was very funny.
Yes, of course. Yeah, because he did it. And then, but then he went on to die in jail
at 54
cancer,
years old, leukemia.
But he was, that was a true fucking monster. That's a true American monster. He's the scariest one that, I think it's the scariest one we've researched so far.
It's important. So again, what have
the
lessons been? If you're in a fight with your couple, don't have one person sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Sleep in the bed together. Say you love each other.
Yeah.
Keep your door shut.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Get a gun. I guess. I don't know. You
have a knife by your bed.
Have a knife. I have a stick that I use.
Well, you're repulsive. No one wants
I
to
use
break
that
into
also
your
to
house.
put a rag on it, and I fucking scratch my ass with it.
That would work.
So it's got a twofold purpose. I mean, I don't know, man.
Just be careful of people with beautiful hair.
This is a dude who was, looking into his eyes is like looking to the eyes of like the real devil. He was a real monster.
He was a beast and
it's great
a dumb
for comedy.
human being. Great for comedy. That's why we do it. Thank you guys so much for listening. And that's I guess this concludes our two-parter.
Yeah, absolutely. Join the Facebook page.
That's right.
I'm going to be in LA. So
You'll be Skyping in.
I'll be Skyping in from here on out for the next 2 months. If you're in LA, and you got a line on free burritos, let me know.
Let him
love
know.
that. Yeah.
Keep Henry happy when he's out there. Of course, Henry loves you. That's his at Twitter, Marcus Parks, and then I'm Ben Kissel. And I guess
Hail
that's
Satan
it.
to
We got
everyone.
Roundtable and Top
Yeah.
Hat. Listen to those shows too, and of course, watch Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
We'll to eventually come out with new episodes. That'll
Which
be
will
great.
be very, very exciting.
Absolutely.
There was a fellow, it was funny, there was a fellow who posted that an advertisement on the Facebook page, and then somebody wrote, is it worth watching? For those that don't know, Henry is the star of Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. And I assure you, it is worth watching. And if you don't like Henry, you'll love it because he gets urinated on in the first
I get
episode.
tortured. It's great.
Which is really very perfect. So hail yourselves, everybody.
Hail me!
Alguien.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
If only they could have crept a little louder.
What's that? A louder poop would have helped?
No, like crap.
Okay, crack.
Oh, clapped.
It's
I see.
clapped.
I thought you said crapped.
He did.
He did,
but
technically.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the
I'm an
accent.
idiot.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
You misunderstood the character.
I'm sorry.